holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
One, ready? 11 MT.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Good sign here early. Everybody on offense there up front in the backfield in sync on that play.
So much talk about what do you do to neutralize home field advantage? Well, teams that run the football effectively, they often have a way of neutralizing it in a big way when they have those types of runs.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the...
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now a play fake here on first down. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Down the left sideline. And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Ready.
Williams.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
This ball complete to Rager.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Once more, it's Pierce. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? He'll look to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The 2nd down attempt there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. You talk about this Lions defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Second and 10. They'll set up a throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here we go. 11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11 MT, 11 MT.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Jamar Chase, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot it, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
11,
Ball
11,
up to
11.
the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. This one caught downfield by Higgins. He's to the 15.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Stop.
Mixon.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Mixon again. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Trey Hendrickson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
They're going to look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
1-1, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
11-90.
Mixon will go off tackle left. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's Burrow. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. The second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Burrow on play action. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a long target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
That is caught. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd down. This is another conversion here. And they could look.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Burrow and the Bengals
11,
with
11,
a 1st
11.
and 10 at their own 22.
11, Thomas.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And Burrow going to throw again. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
11.
Now Burrow. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 28-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
I'm one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 43. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Escapes the defender. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fielded right around his own 43. There he goes, right side. And he's going to be taken out of bounds, but not before he gets this all the way down to the 10. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense set up nicely with what looks to be a 1st and goal right around the 10-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 4 yards on the touchdown grab as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
19 Tiger. Reload.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
60 Bison.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. DJ Reader drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact,
there he goes left side. And he won't get all the way into the end zone as he's out of bounds, but not before getting it down inside the 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Bronco switch. Check. Ready?
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
That's good for the Lions. 1st down.
Hey, smash.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They go again with Pierce. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And now look at him go. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 16-yard line. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Hand off right side to Pierce. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Looking left side, and it's complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. In motion left goes a tight end. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here we go. 12, 1,
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate.
On 1, ready?
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Play action. It's Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Tyson Anderson there to get him down defensively.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and 9 now. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. The offense on third down, just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 14. They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. He's on his way. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. On the tackle there was DJ Turner.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Another carry for Pierce. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll look to throw here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And the return will stop right around the 25.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them?
11.
Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described. Manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as